Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival, where we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. We are coming to you live from the Sedona Rouge Hotel. I'm Carol Kahn. Sedona Rouge Hotel and Spa is one of our sponsors, along with Black Magic Design and Digitech. We'd like to thank our sponsors for participating. And joining me now is Michelle with the movie Miss Arizona. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And how are you?
I'm wonderful. Sedona's amazing. I feel so inspired every time I walk out. Just the gorgeous rocks and the way the town's structured. It's beautiful. I love it.
Oh my gosh! And this is the first time that you've been here, right?
Yes. It's funny because I've had to spend a lot of years hearing how amazing this festival is and not being able to come because I've had films here that I'm either in or that I helped with in some way, and I've been having babies the past bit of my life, and for some reason it just kind of always lined up that I couldn't come, so now I'm so excited, and it definitely lives up, which is great.
That's awesome. Well, welcome, and how are you enjoying being a filmmaker in the festival?
I mean, it's great. I was reading this article from Patrick just saying how he really tries to treat the filmmakers like the celebrities, and you can really feel that here.
Yes, definitely. That's what we've heard too. All the filmmakers, they walk in and they're so amazed at, what we're doing and the interviews and just everything just laid out, the parties, all of that.
Yeah, just the amount of care that's given to the filmmakers and the lounge with all the all the meals that are provided and just all the volunteers, and everyone's so warm and loving. It's really a lovely festival.
Thank you. Yeah, we love having everyone here, so it's great to have you as well. So tell us a little bit about your film.
Yeah, so Miss Arizona is about a woman who became a beauty queen. She won Miss Arizona, and then she moved to LA. So everyone keeps asking me if it shot in Arizona. It didn't, although it's in the title. She moved to LA, and she was in kind of a bad marriage, and she got asked to, oh, there you go. Yay. She got asked to work or volunteer at a homeless shelter and teach them that your presence is your present. So she goes to this homeless shelter to try and teach these women about life skills, and they immediately call her on her BS because she, to them is just kind of a rich housewife in Beverly Hills. So one of the ladies needs help. Well, they all need help in different ways, so they end up going on a fun adventure road trip. So it's comedy, yeah.
Okay, so we have a clip that we'd like to see.
I don't get my insulin.
I know where I'm going. Turn left.
Oh, no, turn.
I don't see any drugstores.
He does it out of his house.
Jasmine, are you buying drugs?
It's medicinal. I have a condition.
My friend's daughter has seizures, and she said that the PCP oil has healing properties without getting you high.
It looks really cute. What was it like putting that film together?
Well, I've known Autumn for quite some time. My husband directed a film that she produced called Waffle Street, which actually came to Sedona. It's with Danny Glover and James Lafferty, and I didn't help produce that one because I was pregnant, running theme here. But I was in the movie, and so when she came here with Waffle Street, she told me about it and said it was amazing. And then when she came to make this film, she had asked me to come on board and help out. And at the time, when we were first she was coming up with the idea, I was on a TV show, so I couldn't. But the fates aligned, and 6 days before we started shooting, she called me again. She's like, oh, I really would love if you came on. And I was like, okay, let's go, let's do it. So I'd read the script, and I was friends with Autumn. It really just comes down to supporting her vision. I take a lot of yoga classes where they talk about, it's not trying to control the breath, it's just trying to bring it to its full potential. So anytime I come on to support a film, really my goal is to listen to the filmmaker, the writer, director, and just help them get their vision in the best way.
How does that help you? Because we talked briefly before about that you have done some television before, your own producing. So how does working on something like this help you better your own project?
I think it's funny, each one kind of rolls into the next in a really nice, organic way, a little like they say life never gives you more than you can handle. Like I learned, these are kind of odd logistical things, but even in that clip that you saw, we're in a car. Now, people always think, oh, road trip movies, those are going to be easy to do, and like, just you get in a car. But that's actually kind of not what happens. You have to get a lot of tools, and those days are really the most complicated because you need a process trailer, which is a ginormous trailer that you put the car onto, and it's a long, arduous process. And then you also have to get a bunch of police officers. So every time you see the ladies in the car, really we're driving around LA with like police officers around us, and in LA it's like there's so much traffic, that's not an easy feat. So a lot of logistical stuff that I don't usually hands-on have to deal with hiring process trailer. On this one, it kind of fell to me, and then on the TV show that I'm working on, again, we had process trailers. So just small logistical stuff like that where you kind of learn a little bit more about stuff each time you do a film or each time you do a project.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've also played the role of an actress and a producer. So is there any role that you like the best?
It's a good question. I mean, I started my career, I went to Northwestern for acting and business, and I moved to LA, and I really got a lot of amazing roles. I play Linda Lee in this 50-episode television series called The Legend of Bruce Lee, and I got to travel around China. And then I sort of transitioned into producing, and I will say what I like about that is I still do both, but I like having the power to make projects that I believe in happen instead of just being contingent on someone presenting an opportunity. I could say, like this film I did called Strangely in Love, and it was just this wild, quirky comedy, and just because I wanted to see it happen, I could step in and produce it. I was going to ask you a question now. I forgot what it was because I was listening intently to what you were saying. It seems to me that like years ago, actors and actresses would go to LA, and the biggest thing was that they could never find a part, in a role in TV or in films or anything like that. But it seems like today that more people are getting into producing films and doing things on their own, just like you said, because there's not as many opportunities. So maybe creating their own pieces to be in. Yeah, I get a lot of questions to my company and just from actors and creatives in general, and they all want to know, well, how do you break in? How do you get started? And I always write back the same thing. I'm like, you really don't need permission. Like, anything that you can do in some way yourself. Now, will it be on the set with hundreds of people? No, but you're not going to have that chance until you do it in a way that you already can. So I work a lot with filmmakers on taking their idea and saying, okay, what are the ways we can get this done now? My company also produces books, and we help people go through a process where it's like, if it's a really good story and you can write a script. I mean, I have scripts that I have written that I'm still trying to get going, but books are amazing because you can take that same story and you can get it out. Like, technology is caught up in such a huge way that you can do what you want to do. Like, there's no roadblocks anymore, which is really exciting. And maybe it's not the multi-million-dollar film, but The Martian started as like these long blogs, and it just, if you like the process of it, which is really what it comes down to, whether I'm doing a movie that's millions of dollars, whether I'm doing one that's much less than that, like Strangely in Love was a passion project. This had more money than Strangely in Love, but ultimately, it doesn't change what you're doing. The experience is the same, so whether or not you do it for $10 in your backyard, if you like the process of it, that's really what it's about. And if you keep doing it for years, then you'll be able to rebound into like bigger stuff every time.
Right. That's a really good point. So thank you for sharing that, because I think it's really important for a lot of people out there who are thinking about it. It's really just taking the first step, and it may be just baby steps, but at least they're getting into the flow of doing it.
Yeah, it's like anything else. It's just, I think sometimes it's easy to look at Hollywood and say, oh, that person made it in overnight, and it's very rarely, if ever, the case. Like, if you look at people's track records, it takes them 10 to 15 years. So it just takes time.
Yeah, it does. How can people find out about the film?
So we are on all social platforms. If you search for Miss Arizona, you can find it. It's on Instagram, and we'll have some really, I don't think I can say it yet because the press release isn't out, but we have some very exciting news coming up about the film as well.
Oh, come on, just a little?
I don't think I can do it.
Yes, you can.
Oh, geez.
Yes, you
peer
can.
pressure, peer pressure.
Yes,
no, I
please.
have to hold off. I have to hold off until the press release comes out. But
But it's good stuff.
ooh, hold it in.
All right. Well, we'll be the first to know. I mean, you have to tell
Yes.
us, like, just even a little tidbit before the press, even just, like, as you know it's going out,
Just
tell us about
seconds?
it. Yeah,
Like-
seconds. Like,
Text you first. Yes, we will. We will.
all right. That's a promise. Everybody has heard that, right?
You swear to myself.
Well, Michelle, thank you so much for being with us. It's been
Of
a pleasure
course.
talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival right after this.